What's pop, YouTube? Welcome to another video, and this is going to be part two to the last video that I made where I was just talking about idolizations and profitability and how to really overcome that. I want to talk more about myself in this video, though, more about just what I've been going through. So if you did not see the first video, I'll recommend you watch that first so you kind of get an idea of what I'm talking about. But with that being said, though, I really want to just talk about me. So recently, like I said in the last video, I have made $7.7 thousand, like right about. I pulled the calculator up across the 5 accounts, $7,703. That is exactly what I'm up across my 5 XFAs, and all of this is withdrawable money now. I have hit my 5 green days. However, I was up so much more. If I just like, and when I go to my Top Step X, I don't think I can show it off the phone, but it shows you your total profit and your total loss. My total profit across, per account is like $12,000, but the total loss is what 1110 because I'm only at a little over 2K on each account. So it's like around that, give or take. There are different balances, but the largest account is like 2100. That's beside the point. But yeah, I've lost over $10,000 and made over 12. So it's like when you really understand that, if I really reflect on myself and reflect on the losses that I did take, those out of all of those losses, I would say half of those were easily avoidable. And if I were to cut half of those losses, I would be up an extra $25,000 across all 5 accounts. That's extra 5K per account. I could have been, in my pocket. But I've been giving money away. I've been breaking my rules. I've been doing all this stuff. So me being up, 7,700, $7,000 up, in the first 10, 11 days in a month is not, I'm not proud of that. I don't feel good about that because I know that there's so much more on the table that I left and I gave away. And it was all just due to me being in my own way, me being in my own head. And I want to just really kind of get that off my chest because I feel like it's been holding me back for sure. It's been for sure holding me back. I should be up a lot more. And this isn't even trying to come from like a greedy or an arrogant perspective or whatever the case. I'm just telling y'all the real and what it actually is. Like, yes, I'm very fortunate. I'm very blessed to be able to have made that amount of money in, the first 11 days of the month, but I can do so much better. You can do so much better. If anybody's in a similar situation, I know a lot of y'all are. You can do so much better. You have to really just be your own self-critic. And for me, what I've been reflecting on myself recently is just I failed to just accept my losses. I failed to really stay disciplined when it comes to me being able to walk away, me being able to recognize, okay, I just got stopped out twice. Let me just call it a day. And today is a perfect example of that. Like today, I got stopped at break even for the first trade. Then the second trade was a winner that I turned into a loser because I wanted to hold longer to make more money. At the first take profit level, it was a negative risk to reward. I didn't like that. So I ended up scaling in and then tightening my stop to increase the risk to reward. But we had already took out my initial target. So that just wasn't smart of me at all. And that's me being tied to the money. That's me being connected and being greedy in a way because I'm trying to make extra money. And at the end of the day, I'm not a 1,000% mad at that just because I don't like negative risk to reward trades. So if that was the case, I shouldn't have even taken it in the first place. It's me being connected to the money, me being fixated on my P&L, and me being greedy. That's all what it boils down into. So I took the initial break even, I turned a winner into a loser, and then I spiraled. I took like 3 losses after that, and I told the people I was trading with, look, if I get stopped out right here, I'm gonna just call it a day because it's Friday. I'm already up on the week. I don't want to give profit back, so that's not what I'm gonna do. I told them that they were all on we was all on the Discord call. It was like 6 of us. I told them that, and I completely broke my rules. I continued to trade, and I turned a very small losing day into a very big one. I ended up giving back initially after I was done after the first 2 trades. I was down $500 total, so I was down like $100 something per account. At the end of the trading day, I was down 600 per account, which is 3,000 across the 5. I gave back $2,500 that I didn't have to. I added to my loss just because I broke my rules when I told myself, look, I'm gonna walk away after this because it's Friday. You don't expect the best action on a Friday. I already took two trades. There's no point in continuing to trade. But I was fixated. I broke my rules, and I lacked the discipline to be able to walk away. And I know that I'm not the only one that struggles with this. This has been more so something recently where I've been kind of seeing for myself, to where I've been struggling with more so as I've been trading on these five accounts over time. This happened to me probably like 3, 4 times in the past 2 weeks, and it's resulted in me losing so much more extra money that I don't have to lose. Um, and that ties back into what I said about the Top Step X, what it shows you in terms of how much you've totally made and then your total loss. If I would have just even cut that down to, 20% of 10, that's still an extra $10,000 in my pocket that I could have had. So this should have been a way better week for me. I given back my money. I have not been doing the right stuff, and I just want to be able to help y'all learn from what my mistakes are. If anybody's going through something similar, if anybody knows, how to potentially combat this that I've been going through, let me know. But recently, how I've been reflecting on it and how I plan to kind of attack this going forward, it's really just tightening up these loose screws, really disconnecting from the money. I want to definitely focus on the setups that I'm taking, because after I took those initial two losses, which were positive setups, that were good setups, I started to take just BS. I zoomed in, I was fixated on the 30 second, on the 15 second, and I was just trying to take these hyper scalps that didn't make sense. So for me, that's something that I know I shouldn't have did. Zoom into the 30 second, zoom into the 15 second when the external time frame makes no sense. I did that. That is a rule that I have noted for myself before, but I continue to break it. So now I want to completely eliminate myself from even touching the internal time frame, unless if it aligns with my external draw. If the external setup is there, then I can zoom in. But if there's no external setup, I'm not going to zoom in. It's simple things like that, to where I learn from reflecting on my losses, certain things that I have been mistaken on, and the majority of my losses have been coming from the internal time frames as well. That's a whole other thing. The internal time frames make me a lot of money, but they also potentially can lose me a lot of money, because if I'm zooming in when I'm not supposed to, I'm gonna lose. It's way more, likely that I do lose. And this is just something that I'm trying to help as well. I'm just trying to battle it and really just fix it within my trading, fix it within myself. And I think a way for me to do that is just completely zooming out, in all facets, on the charts, off the charts, zooming out. I have a whole month left to trade, and I can guarantee you that I will end this month with multiple five figures in profit. This won't be just a little $10,000 month. I won't end the month at where I'm at right now, because I'm going to fix this. I am going to do much better. I'm up $7,703 in the first 11 days. We still got 3 weeks left in the month. 3 more weeks for me to potentially make change, and that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to improve. I'm going to do better, because if you just simply, like, this is just an example. If you simply just reflect on yourself, look at your stats, and really look at the losses that you take, and if you just cut the losses in half, you will be making so much more money. And that is the difference between a break-even trader and a profitable trader. Because once you, like, I've been hovering around break even, I would call it. Like, I've been profiting, but at the same time, it's like I'm making money that I give a big chunk of it back. So I'm growing at such a smaller rate, because I'll have $1,000 a day. I'll lose, 600 in the next. Like, I made $1,200 yesterday, and I just gave back half of that today. Like, I can't be doing that. You can't be doing that. We can't be doing that. So yeah, just like really reflecting on your losses. Like I said in the last video, it's not about what you add to your trading. It's about what you can subtract. It's not about what you add, what you do. It's about what you don't do. And you really want to make that clear. Like, reflect on the bad, reflect on what you're doing negatively, and then once you remove that, then you look to add the positive. But once you subtract the negative, you're automatically going to see more results. You're automatically going to grow. It's as simple as that. And I really want y'all to be able to understand that, like, you don't need to add a bunch of stuff. I just told y'all a bunch of stuff that I'm doing wrong, and a bunch of things that I'm going to do to improve on that, and how I'm going to do better going forward. And just by me just simply talking about it, and me recognizing and me reflecting on it alone, that is going to increase my profits tremendously. It's not me adding a new system, me trying to add a new strategy, me trying to do this, that, and the third. Incorporate all these new. I know my strategy works. I know my setup. I know my model. I know that it works. I know that it will work for me over time. I just have to simply continue to follow that. Stop being so fixated on the internal time frames. Stop being fixated on the dollar amount, and just be disciplined enough to walk away. Once you hear that first voice in your head that says, all right, you should probably walk away, listen to it. There is an entire month ahead of me. There's no reason why I should be trying to make all my losses back in one day. I need to listen to that voice in my head because that is the logical person in me telling me, like, okay, took two losses, call it. There's no reason to continue to trade. It is Friday. You're already up on the week. There's no reason to risk giving more money back. Simple as that. So I just told y'all what I reflected on myself, how I'm going to do better, how I'm going to cut my losses, how I'm going to continue to grow throughout this month. And I want you to do the same thing for yourself. I want you to really reflect. I want you to understand, look at your data, look at your metrics, and really see what you're doing right and what you're doing wrong. Cut out half the wrong and you're going to 10x your profits. I promise you that. Simple as that. But yeah, I've been yapping. I don't want to continue to talk too much longer, but yeah, I hope y'all enjoyed this video. Hope y'all learned something. Hope y'all can just grow with me throughout the month, throughout this journey, throughout the rest of the year. We have 5 months left in the year. Let's continue to grow. We have quarter 4 coming soon. Quarter 3 coming soon. Let's look to profit. Quarter 4, I'm tripping. Quarter 4 coming soon. Let's look to profit. Let's look to end quarter 3 out strong. And yeah, I wish y'all the best. So please leave a like, comment, and subscribe if you are new. I appreciate all the support that I've been getting. Hope y'all continue to, learn with me. Hope y'all continue to grow with me. And I do have a Discord server coming soon. It will be free for y'all. And I just want y'all to be able to all join and grow with me. So I will let y'all know when that comes. Be on the lookout. And yeah, I'm done yapping your heads off, though. I appreciate you for watching. I'm going to catch you on the next one. Peace out.